Hello and a warm welcome to another edition of To The Point. On the show this week, a man who is reviving the fortunes of Congress in the Kerala state unit. Joining me now is veteran Congress leader and leader of opposition in the Kerala Assembly, Mr. Ramesh Chennithala. Welcome, sir. Let me begin by asking you that now with you at the helm of affairs, how have the things really changed for Congress?
See that Congress is a very powerful organization in the state, and Congress is heading a coalition here that is called UDF. Always there is 5-year rule of UDF and 5-year rule of LDF. That is a true democratic practice you can witness in the state of Kerala. So now we are in opposition. Last 5 years we were in the government. So I think that this turn is for the LDF, led by the CPM. So, and the people are definitely noticing our activities very closely, since this state is one of the highest literacy rate in the state of Kerala. So I feel that this government has come to power within last 6 months. Their performance is not good. They had given tall promises, but unfortunately no direction has been seen or witnessed by the people for the last 6 to 7 months.
In fact, we'll come to that point of how the current government is functioning. But talking purely from the organizational point of view, can I ask you a simple statement? When you are the leader of opposition, are we in a position to say that the Oomen Chandy era of Congress, state Congress, is over?
No, I don't think that, because Oomen Chandy is one of the tallest leaders in the state. After Mr. Karnagaran and Antony, he was there. So I think that his influence among the people and especially the workers is still there. I always, as an opposition leader, I am getting all support from him because of his vast experience in the political system of Kerala. He is helping us, not only for me, for the party and the UDF. But so you cannot ignore Mr. Oomen Chandy. And I am always of the opinion that his experience and his wisdom and his knowledge about the party and the Kerala politics has to be utilized properly for the effective streamlining, effective functioning of the Congress party as well as the UDF.
But as long as people see Mr. Chennithala and Mr. Oomen Chandy together, analysts always view it as two power centers within the same organization.
It was there when I was the PCC president also, it was there. Some political pundits were saying or they were discussing this point. But at the same time, when I was PCC president for 9 years, I had a very cordial relationship with him. See, when the party is in crisis, there is no room for conflict or fighting. I am always for conciliation and I am always for unity in the party. When I took over as a CLP leader, I am always taking everybody together because this is one of the most difficult days for the Congress party in Kerala and the national level also. So always when we are in opposition in Kerala, we were in power at center. So this is the first time both the places we are in the opposition. So it is the bounden duty as the CLP leader to carry everybody and to accommodate everybody and accommodate all the opinions so that the party should stand united and fight against the menace of the central government as well as the state government.
When Oomen Chandy was the chief minister, we've in the past also seen that you've had a lot of differences with him over various issues. And now that your party is in the opposition and now you are the leader of opposition, don't you think that you really have some differences with Mr. Oomen Chandy on various issues?
See, when we are working in a political system or in a political party like Congress, there may be differences, no doubt about it. Bound to happen. But when it's coming to the question of the party, we are all to be united. There are differences of views on various issues. But for the strengthening of the party and UDF, we are together.
Take, for example, the appointments of the recently held the district presidents. It has been said that, there were certain choices of Mr. Oomen Chandy who were being overruled. So would you not say that it's some kind of a setback or a humiliation for Mr. Oomen Chandy?
See that the Congress Vice President Sri Rahul Gandhi had done extensive discussions and deliberations with the Congress leaders from Kerala. More than 100 people were selected, and Rahul Gandhi met them in Delhi, and an extensive discussions, elaborate discussions were taken place. After the discussion, he discussed with all of three of us, CLP leader, former chief minister, and PCC president. Finally, the 14 DCC persons' name were announced. I don't think that it is on the basis of any group. So, after elaborate discussion and a consensus has been arrived at the AICC level, and the names were announced. Yes, Oomen Chandy has got certain difference of opinion, and he has expressed it in too many ways. I have also certain differences of opinion with that. See, everybody has got of different views.
But when a leader like Oomen Chandy raises a point of difference, people generally see that he is the eldest leader in the party, in the state unit. So obviously his choices, his preferences are getting sidelined. Will the analysts not see it like that?
It's not a question of sidelining anybody. It's a question of an objective decision after elaborate discussion. I feel that it has not been considered on the basis of group, my man or his man. But when the High Command discussed with everybody, and they had find out some very efficient, good people, and one thing I can tell you, the entire party people in the state has welcomed this decision. There is not a single complaint about the persons who are appointed by the AICC as district presidents. So on almost all the vernacular dailies, they have written editorials, and they had welcomed the decision of High Command and Rahul Gandhi, and there is a total acceptance among the people at large. So I feel that regarding the selection, there is no complaint.
If I could ask you very honestly, Mr. Chennithala, as long you talk about a high command culture which exists in Congress, where you look upon the Gandhi family as the be-all and the end-all of everything in the party. How much of the freedom a person like you, or for example a person like Oomen Chandy would really get? How much freedom do you really get to to clear your choices, to clear your preferences? Because you said that the names were cleared by Rahul Gandhi, then Sonia Gandhi also probably looked into it. How much of the freedom do you really get at your level?
See that we are getting all kinds of freedom in the state. But when such appointments, up to DCC presidents, the approval has to be taken from the High Command. That is a system which we are following for a quite number of years. So I don't think that there is any hurdle in that.
But when you talk about this high command culture, and as long as it exists, will you not say that consensus and reconciliation will remain elusive? Because whatever choices, supposing if the high command culture or the high command doesn't clear a name, then obviously the name gets struck down.
See, Congress,
and there will be resentment at the lower levels.
A party like Congress has to be, every political party will have some hierarchy.
Okay.
So final authority is the High Command, not only for Congress, every party. BJP it is Amit Shah, and CPM it is Politburo or the Sitaram Yechury. That is always there. See that when there is, when we are working in a democratic system, there should be some authority to control the party, otherwise the party will not be there.
When 2016 assembly elections were announced, Congress obviously faced one of its worst defeats which it has ever faced in Kerala. All the political commentators and analysts, they just said one thing, that Congress became a victim of rampant factionalism and groupism in the party. Have the things really changed that now that you are at the driver's seat? Have the things really changed?
See that not only in Kerala, every political party, there will be like-minded people will come together. You can call it as a group, you can call it as a fraction, something like that. Here in Kerala, even though there are two main groups. It's not only formed by me, it's formed by Mr. Karnagaran and A.K. Antony 40 years before. It is continuing in the state of Kerala. It's good or bad that Kerala politics will give you a reply. But one thing is, I think, the groups and their functionings are not affected in the last assembly election, because there was no such rift between myself and Ummenchandi, who were having this kind of in the state. But there are certain other factors. Number one, the anti-incumbency factor, which we cannot assess properly. That's number one. Number two, the certain sections of the society were wooed by BJP to some extent. That also costed us very dearly. And CPM, of course, I told you earlier also, there is a five-year politics is seen in Kerala.
But what about corruption? That also was a very big factor.
Yes,
the kind of scams which came out, the Barbaravi scam, the solar scam. How much of it really contributed to Congress's defeat?
The CPM-led LDF has made a small screen of corruption. And they tried to convince the people that, yes, in the UDF government there was rampant corruption in that. Now, one thing I tell you, this government has examined all the files, and they said that they will be going to take action on the files which has been cleared by the ministers in the last government. But after 7 months also, they couldn't find anything. If they could get something, they would have filed a case.
Are you really scared that Pinarayi Vijayan government, if at all they get approved, will they be on a witch hunting exercise against leaders of your party?
No, if they will resort to that kind of a mechanism, it is well and good that the people decide. But there should be some kind of an evidence. The charges leveled against the UDF ministers has to get some evidences. Without evidences, you cannot file charges or file FIR against anybody. The law is there. So for last 7 months, they were trying to witch hunt our ministers. But nothing has been found out till now. So that was all a kind of small screen has been created among the people. And our party unfortunately cannot check or counter it properly. That was also one of the reasons.
So you admit that as one of the biggest deficiencies of the party? That probably you have failed in putting up a perception before the people?
No, that you see, when we are in government, there will be some shortcomings about that, no doubt about it. The anti-incumbency was so strong here, but which we couldn't understand or we could gauge properly. That was the main reason for
anti-incumbency, of course, is one factor. But when you talk about Congress as a party in the whole, there is a general decline which we are seeing across the states. You are a very senior leader in the party. You have observed the workings of Congress for so many years. What do you feel is the biggest problem within the Congress?
Not only Congress party, in every political party.
No, I'm talking particularly about Congress.
I will explain, then you will understand. Every political party in the state always is lacking new cadres.
Okay.
Young people from different age groups are not joining in any of the political parties. That is one of the shortcomings for Congress party also. Earlier, when we are all...
But when you talk about...
When we are all joined politics, we were all coming from the student movement. So there is a total irrelevancy of student movement in the state. Not only in the state, the national level. I had the NSU in the national level. I had the Youth Congress in the national level when Rajiv Gandhi was the Congress president. So you can see that there is a gulf.
So there is a vacuum in leadership. That's what you're saying?
No, not only that. There is, unfortunately, the young people are, as of today, they are not keen in joining any political parties. That is one thing which worries all of us, especially me, who was groomed from the student and youth movement. So you can see that that movement has been stopped. It is not good for the democratic practice, democratic tradition of our country.
But Mr. Chennithala, when you talk about the young blood in politics, obviously the motivation has to be coming, from the upper levels. And when I say the top layer, I talk about people like Rahul Gandhi, who are heading the party at the moment. He's a young blood. He should go out and motivate the people. He should motivate the youths and encourage them more to come in politics. Why is that not happening? I mean, he's trying very hard, but that's not...
Actually speaking, Rahul Gandhi is trying his level best to motivate the young people. And different programs which he has been undertaken is also one of the major step towards this. I am talking about a general political perception and condition in our country. Young people, committed people, educated people has to come into politics. Rahul Gandhi definitely, yes, he is trying his level best to inject more young blood in the various levels of the party.
But Mr. Chennithala, within your own party, there are a lot of differences between the older generation and the newer generation.
And it is bound
the
to happen.
supporters of Rahul Gandhi, they say that they will not agree to what the elders in the party are saying.
No, it is bound to happen.
And there is a difference of opinion.
In every political party, should be a mixture. You cannot ignore all the senior people and experienced people. You have to carry everybody together. At the same time, you have to encourage young people. I was the first youngest MLA in the state. Had Mr. Karnagaran or that K. Anthony, then leadership, has not promoted me, I could not have been in this chair today. So, and was the first ever youngest cabinet minister in the state of Kerala at the age of 28. Nobody has broken my this record. So Congress party always has injected young people. That is why this grand old party is surviving every state. But my point is that every political party has to visualize this truth. They have to inject more young people in the political arena. Then only our democratic practice or tradition will be more strengthened.
If you look at the evolution of Congress, particularly in Kerala, there was a time when A. Karnakaran was there, then Oomen Chandy came over. And now you are there as the leader of the party here. But when you speak to the analysts, I mean, I don't know, I'm going to ask you a very candid question to which I expect a very candid answer from you. People say that Mr. Chennithala doesn't have so many supporters, you know, as what Chandy and as what Karnakaran has had. How far is that true?
It's not correct. I have my own supporters. In every village you can find it.
Okay.
Everywhere you can find it. And I was not a chief minister as like Manjandi or Karnakaran or A.K. Anthony. But I am the next generation came from the ranks.
But you did want to become a chief minister. Your name was there in the...
That is to be decided by party and by the party leadership. It's not the question of my thinking or my wish. They will think that I am fit for that post, okay. They will think that I am not fit for the post, is also okay.
Okay, now coming to another question and the fact that the Congress party lost badly in 2016 elections. Your party leaders, your members lost the trust of the majority as well as the minority sections. How are you really going to revive that trust?
See that this is a question which has been asked by so many people to me.
In fact, your party, which was supposed to be very close to the Muslims, you have lost the trust of the Muslims as well.
It's not the question of appeasing any community. It will have recoiled itself. The point is that in the last assembly...
But does it not sound incredible when you say that it's not about appeasing any community, and when we know that the 43% of the chunk of the people in Kerala belongs to Christianity and the Muslims?
See, the point is, Congress will have the support of every community in the state. We are not appeasing any particular community. Because Kerala is one of that, from the very beginning I told you about the literacy. If you will appease one community, other community will go against you. So, and Congress is a secular political party. It's not the question of appeasing anybody. It's a question of attaining or getting the support of the different sections of the society.
But
it may be yes, some sections of the society has not voted for us in the last assembly election. There are so many reasons.
But commentators also feel that this has deliberately been Congress's strategy to, pamper certain communities and then, just abandon them towards the end. So don't you think the strategy hasn't worked favorably for Congress?
No, sir, no, because BJP was trying to do this. They wanted to divide the society on communal lines.
Okay.
As I rightly pointed out earlier,
are you talking in context of 2016 elections?
Yeah. So the CPM was, both the parties are playing with the communal politics.
Right.
BJP, they say that they were trying to divide on the lines of Hindu and minority.
Right.
At the same time, CPM was trying to encourage a feeling that only CPM is the only party which can save the minorities from the attack of Modi and BJP. These two factors resulted us for this kind of a defeat.
So BJP's entry led to the decline of Congress?
No. BJP's entry to some extent. Number two, because they had increased their vote share from 10% to 15%.
Right.
At the same time, traditional vote bank, which is always supporting us, from the minorities
they went
also,
to the left.
Because they were unleashing a kind of propaganda that yes, they are the only protectors of minorities. But now the things are changing. Now the people are convinced that only Congress and UDF can save the state and can perform in the state. Now the delivery can be only done by the UDF.
But you will take another 4 years to come back if at all Congress has to come back. But what I'm asking you is that why are you not, or rather why is your party not able to encourage the cadres, or for the leaders to talk assertively about issues like, say for example, triple talaq? I'm talking about triple talaq in the context of the fact that you have lost a huge chunk of Muslim votes. So probably a leader like you or probably some other senior leader can talk very assertively about issues like this, but this is not happening in the state units. Why so?
See, point is that Congress party is always having a national policy on various issues.
Okay.
Common civil code and triple talaq is a question of one community. When the founding fathers of the constitution, they were very clearly demarcated these issues and explained these issues. When Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru himself has said, when the majority of the community will demand for that, then it will be implemented. Because this is related to their sentiments.
So you are saying that only the national leaders will talk about issues like this, not particularly in the state units?
Not only that, we have to see the dimension of the issues.
Okay.
When it touches one thing's religious sentiments, and it is all related to Quran and their holy books.
Okay, so I got your point.
We cannot unilaterally enter into that arena and implement our unilaterally you cannot implement such things.
Okay.
And which BJP is trying to do.
Okay.
And BJP is not insincere to that. They wanted to divide again the society.
But do you admit that BJP's entry into Kerala politics has changed the political narrative or the political landscape of the state?
Because they had only got 15% votes.
They are making inroads into the state.
We have 40. The CPM has got 45, something like that. So the point is, BJP is trying their level best. But the mind of the people, the mindset of the people in Kerala is against casteism and communalism.
You yourself in one of the interviews to one of the dailies have said that the CPM government, the Pinarayi Vijayan government is trying to implement an RSS and BJP agenda in the state. In what context do you really say that?
I said it because whenever there is a petition filed by the CPM workers against the artists, against the writers, immediate cases will be booked on them.
Okay.
But when BJP people are coming with hot speeches and also with very terrible speeches, no action has been taken.
So are you hinting at the fact that there is some kind of a tacit understanding between left and the BJP to decimate Congress further?
Yeah, that is there. Exactly. Your point is well taken. Because they wanted to sideline Congress party and they wanted to marginalize UDF.
Okay.
That is why they were encouraging in some way, encouraging BJP. In the last election, this happened. So their activities are, one is trying to exploit the minority sentiment. The other will exploit the majority sentiment. And they wanted to decimate Congress party, which will not be possible. Because now the people are convinced that their arguments and their politics will not be suited for the state of Kerala.
I'm towards the last leg of my interview and I would like to ask from you, whatever I have read about you so far, you have pointed out a striking similarity between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chief Minister of Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan. How does one really understand this similarity?
Both are autocrats.
Both are?
Autocrats. Both are not talking to anybody. They are not open to ideas. Both are going on one way, just like horse going there and not looking left or right. They are going, see the denotification. Had the Chief Minister consulted anybody in his cabinet?
But that also shows that they are firmly in control of the things in the party.
It's not the question. Always autocrats are like that. But in a democratic setup, you cannot have such kind of autocrats.
You're saying that Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan is not able to handle the home department.
He is totally failed in handling the home department. There is lot of complaint, not from me. It is from their side also. Former Chief Minister Achuthanandan is always criticizing about the Maoist killing, false encounter and encounter. We don't know what is happening.
Are you able to highlight these issues through protests, through dharnas?
Yes, we are doing all these things.
But the opposition towards these issues doesn't look very effective. The opposition looks very weak.
No. These are small. Nobody in the state will say something about that. Last 6 months, you saw when the government came. Government comes for 5 years. Within 6 months, you cannot have a big agitation against the government. Then the people will say you lost the power, so you are not allowing them to function. Kerala is not like UP or Bihar. People will say this. When Karnagaram was there, Manjandi was there, Antony was there, these 6 months we will not do such kind of big agitation. But still, in the assembly and outside, the opposition was very effective. One minister has resigned. When I filed a petition in the Vigilance Department, he has resigned. So many other issues we have highlighted. And we address the issues, problems faced by the people. But within 6 months, it's not a big period, long period. We have to wait. As you said, we have to go for 4.5 years. Our cadre should not be tired by that.
So you continue your efforts for the next 4 years, and in the next elections, we see Mr. Chennithala as the Chief Minister.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that's it on this episode of To The Point. See you next time with another personality. Goodbye and thanks for watching.